Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Josh Culbreath.
Welcome back to News Watch 12 midday, and this is a welcome sight to see. It's a sight that we've seen a lot over the past week, but we're going to get a little bit more of it. The rain is finally starting to push into Josephine County, so we might be having some light rain falling from the sky there in Grants Pass, and this will continue to work inland throughout the course of the rest of the day. We do have this winter weather advisory in place for the Cascades and for the Siskiyous in elevations above 5,000 feet. So as all that moisture gets into those elevations, it will transition into snow, and we'll have a pretty decent amount of it too, anywhere between 4 to 8 inches. In some localized areas, we could have totals that could rival a foot. Now, those winds up in the Cascades today, they'll be gusting up to 35 miles per hour. They'll be even more gusty down in the Shasta Valley and over on the east side. That's where we have wind advisories in place. For the Shasta Valley, this runs from 8 a.m. this morning, so it's already in effect until 8 p.m. this evening. And then over for the east side, this just got set into effect at 11 a.m., so just a few minutes back, and this is set to expire at 5 in the morning tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and let's time it all out with Stormcast. You can see about the time we are on the air for News Watch 12 at 5. A lot of this is just covering the west side, and eventually that will shift over to the east side as we get into the overnight hours, and some of this will be pretty heavy rainfall and snowfall as well. We'll take a look at some of those snow levels in a second, but take a look at this for your Tuesday. Now, some of the model runs this morning weren't being as intense with some of these leftover showers, but this is looking very intense. A lot of those reds, a lot of those oranges. So even though rain chances are technically smaller for tomorrow, this little system will definitely pack a punch, and then we will clear out of here late on Tuesday. But here comes yet another system, a system that kind of resembles an atmospheric river. So we're going to see a lot of rain falling over the next 24 to 48 hours. Here are some of those projected rainfall totals through the next 48 hours. And again, don't get caught up too much in the specific values. Just know that we're going to see the most precipitation fall there along the coast and up in the Cascades, but all of us will continue to get beneficial rainfall. So definitely some good news there. Here are those snow levels that I promised to show you, dropping down to 3,000 feet overnight, but then rebounding to 5,000 feet into tomorrow. So if you were paying attention to us last week, you know that these snow levels are a little bit higher by about 2,000 to 3,000 feet as opposed to what we saw last week. So up in the Cascades, we could potentially get yet another foot of snow up towards Diamond Lake, up towards Crater Lake. Less impacts on Interstate 5 in Siskiyou County and in Jackson County, as we'll have anywhere between a trace to a couple inches of snow to fall over the next 48 hours. So for today, we'll have rain spreading inland. Again, it's going to be very blustery, especially down in the Shasta Valley and over on the east side. Then overnight, it is going to be wet everywhere, and those winds will continue in the aforementioned areas. We'll have rain continuing throughout the week, and Wednesday's looking very interesting because not only is there the threat for rain, of course, but also there is a level 1 out of 5 risk for some severe weather. We're talking some strong wind gusts, some pea-sized hail, and yes, there is a very, very low but a non-zero chance for a quick little spin-up tornado. So we'll be watching that very intently over the next couple of days. Again, that would be on Wednesday. So for now, here is your 7-day forecast. Wet and windy along the coast, and we'll continue to see some of those wet and windy conditions throughout the week. Again, keeping a very close eye on that severe weather risk for Wednesday. And then for Siskiyou County, we'll see several chances of rain and snow. Rain and snow looking more likely as we head into the end of the week, Thursday and Friday. Snow levels do drop down just a little bit. And then for the basin, we'll continue to see more beneficial rain and snow over the rest of the work week. So that'll be excellent news. We're going to add to the snowpack up in the Cascades. I think at this point, we're almost getting up to average values, maybe even exceeding average values for the snowpack up there. And then for the Rogue Valley, lots of rain and a little bit of wind over the next 6 to 7 days.
Okay, and I know there's a lot of science that goes behind this, so you don't have to get, too deep into it, but how could we even see in this part of our region the possibility for a tornado? It's
because with this storm system, the setup is just unstable enough, so instability in the atmosphere pretty much fuels big thunderstorms that we see out in the plains and down in the southeast. So We're not necessarily going to see that here, but there's enough instability to where we could have just enough lift to produce some of those small supercellular storms. And sometimes there can be just enough spin within the atmosphere to where they can drop down a brief little tornado. So again, very low, but a non-zero chance that we could see that along the coast on Wednesday.
Okay, well, definitely something people want to keep their eye on. Thank you, Josh.
Of course.